There's a truth nobody wants to say out loud anymore. Nothing in life is worth having if you're not willing to risk losing everything for it. Everybody in this world is obsessed with safety. Play it safe. Stay comfortable. Take the secure route. People love telling you to have a backup plan, as if fear is the only compass you should trust. But here's the thing. If I ever fall in life, I refuse to fall backward. Backward is where your excuses live. Backward is where your past drags you down. Backward is the direction of people who never became anything. If I fall, I'm falling forward. At least that way, I see exactly what I'm about to hit. And maybe that's what people are afraid of, seeing the truth head on. Because moving forward means facing the pain. Moving forward means taking the hit. Moving forward means accepting that failure isn't a sign to stop. It's a sign you're finally on the right path. But this is the world we live in, a world that praises comfort and punishes ambition, a world that celebrates easy and laughs at anyone who dares to think bigger. People hate the risk taker until the risk taker wins. Then suddenly, they always believed in you, right? Let me tell you something the world won't. You will fail. You will lose. You will look stupid. And you will suffer. Not because you're weak, but because nobody becomes unbreakable without first being broken. We're living in a generation where everyone talks about dreams, but nobody talks about the price. People want success with zero wounds, zero fear, zero embarrassment, zero mistakes, zero late nights, zero risk. They want the reward with none of the requirements. But here's the dark reality. Dreams die the moment you start playing small. Dreams rot the moment you choose safe. Dreams suffocate under the weight of your own hesitation. You know what's scarier than failure? Reaching the end of your life and realizing you never even tried. Imagine lying on your deathbed and every idea you didn't chase, every talent you buried, every risk you avoided, standing around you like ghosts, staring at you, disappointed, whispering, "You could have brought us to life, but now we die with you." That's the real fear, not failure, regret. And the truth is, that's exactly where most people are heading, toward a quiet, comfortable, unremarkable regret. But not you. Not if you're hearing this. Not if something inside you is still burning. Because if you're listening right now, you're already different. You're already searching. You're already angry at the life you're settling for. And that anger? Good. You're gonna need it. Most people never make it. Not because they're stupid, not because they're unlucky, but because they run from the one thing that could have saved their life: failure. Everyone wants to succeed, but nobody wants to bleed for it. Nobody wants to get punched in the mouth by reality. Nobody wants the humiliation, the doubt, the sleepless nights, silence, the days when absolutely nothing works, and you still have to show up again. But listen carefully. You do not grow in comfort. You grow in chaos. You evolve in pressure. You transform in darkness. That's why the people who avoid failure stay the same forever. Same mindset, same excuses, same life. And the people who embrace failure, they don't just grow, they mutate into something dangerous, something rare, something the world cannot ignore. The truth about failure. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's the gateway. It's the requirement. It's the brutal entrance fee you must pay. if you want a life that actually means something, nobody tells you this part. You don't fail once. You fail repeatedly, embarrassingly, publicly, privately, painfully. You fail so many times that your ego dies, and your real self is finally born. But here's the twist. The world only remembers the one time you succeed, the home run, the breakthrough, the moment you finally hit the target. People will forget the 1,000 times you missed. They'll only talk about the one shot that changed everything, because success is loud, but failure is silent. It happens when nobody's watching. It happens when the world thinks you are done. It happens in the late nights, the empty rooms, the quiet moments where you decide, do I quit or do I go again? And that's where greatness is made, in the lonely places, where most people refuse to stay. People think breakthroughs happen suddenly, but the truth is, they're slow, painful, frustrating. They're built from thousands of small invisible steps. Steps that nobody cheers for, nobody applauds, nobody even notices. You lift when you're tired. You study when you're exhausted. You work when you're uninspired. You show up when your mind screams, stop. And then one day, you catch a break. One opportunity, one moment, one door. And everything you suffered for starts falling into place. Not because you were lucky, but because you were consistent. Consistency beats talent. Consistency crushes fear. Consistency humiliates excuses. Consistency is what turns nobodies into monsters. And that's why most people never succeed, because they want everything fast, but give up even faster. There is a price for success, and if you're not prepared to pay it, you don't deserve it. You'll lose people. You'll lose comfort. You'll lose old versions of yourself. But you'll gain something better, a life that belongs to you, not your parents, not society, not your excuses, you. There comes a moment in every person's life, a moment where everything collapses. Your plans, your confidence, your expectations, even the version of yourself you thought was strong. A moment where the world hits you so hard that you finally understand why people quit. You lose something. You fail at something. You break in ways nobody can see. And for the first time you ask yourself, maybe I'm not built for this. But that moment, that exact breaking point, is the moment that decides your entire destiny. Most people run. Most people hide. Most people fold under pressure because pain doesn't just hurt. Pain exposes the truth. It exposes your weaknesses, your insecurities, your fears, your self-doubt. But here's the part they never teach you. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your invitation to rise, your invitation to evolve, your invitation to become someone you never imagined you could be. The difference between quitting transformation, the moment you hit rock bottom, you have two choices: break or break open. Breaking means you give up. Breaking open means you rebuild, but stronger, sharper, wiser. Every great story in history starts with someone who got destroyed first. The athlete cut from the team. The entrepreneur who failed 7 times. The artist nobody believed in. The kid everyone laughed at. The man who had nothing left but one more try. You know their success today, but you don't know the nights they cried alone, the days they doubted everything, the moments they almost walked away. But they didn't, because pain didn't stop them. It activated them. Nobody becomes powerful in the light. You become powerful in the dark, in the silence, in the isolation, in the nights where nobody texts you back, in the disappointments that break your heart, in the failures that punch you in the chest. That's where the monster wakes up. That's where the fighter is born. That's where your real identity forms. Because the truth is, comfort creates softness. Pain creates strength. Darkness creates clarity. You don't change when life is easy. You change when life forces you to. When you've got nothing left to lose. That's when you become unstoppable. One day, after countless failures, something flips inside you. You stop asking, "Why me?" and start saying, "Try me." You stop waiting for permission. You stop needing validation. You stop caring about opinions. You stop looking for shortcuts. Suddenly you're not intimidated anymore. You're hungry. You're angry. You're focused. You're different. Your pain becomes your fuel. Your failure becomes your teacher. Your past becomes your training ground. And the world can feel it. People notice the change. Your energy shifts. Your presence gets heavier. Your silence becomes louder than people's words. Because now you're not chasing greatness, you're becoming it. There's a reason some people rise and others stay exactly where they are. It's not talent. It's not luck. It's not who their parents are. It's not the city they were born in. It's something deeper, something invisible, something nobody teaches you in school. It's the identity you build when no one is watching. Because every person you admire today, every legend, every monster, every success story, was created the same way. In silence, in struggle, in the shadows. The gym nobody saw. The rejection nobody heard about. The lonely nights where they questioned everything. The mornings they woke up tired but still showed up. People look at their success and say, "Wow, they were lucky." No, they were consistent in the dark. The world doesn't respect potential, only results. You can be talented and still lose. You can be smart and still fail. You can want it and still never get it. Because the world doesn't reward desire. The world rewards discipline. And discipline is a lonely road. While your friends sleep, you're grinding. While other people complain, you're learning. While everyone posts motivational quotes online, you're actually becoming the person they pretend to be. You don't get applause for this. You don't get validation for this. Nobody claps for the grind. Nobody celebrates your sacrifices. Nobody cares about your effort. The world only pays attention when your results become too loud to ignore. Until then, it's just you, your vision, and your willingness to bleed for it. The 1% don't think like the crowd. Normal people fear risk. The 1% fear regret. Normal people want comfort. The 1% want growth. Normal people focus on the short term. The 1% think generational. Normal people chase distractions. The 1% chase purpose. And here's the truth. If you want a life like most people don't have, you must do what most people won't do. Every day you choose. Stay the same or step into the fire. Most people stay the same. It's easier. It's safer. It's familiar. But the ones who step into the fire, they get burned. They get scarred. But they also get transformed. Because after the fire, you are never the same person again. Who you surround yourself with matters. Look around your life. Who's in your circle? Who you talk to daily affects your future more than you think. Surround yourself with people who complain all day, fear everything, make excuses, hate discipline, waste time, laugh at ambition, and soon you'll start becoming like them. But surround yourself with people who push you, challenge you, think big, take risks, focus on growth, expect more from life, and your entire mindset will shift. The right people elevate you. The wrong people drain you. And sometimes the biggest upgrade in your life is simply outgrowing the people holding you back. The ultimate truth: you're not fighting the world. You're not fighting the haters. You're not fighting your past. You're fighting your old self. The weaker version of you. The scared version of you. The undisciplined version of you. The version that would rather scroll than work. The version that avoids pain. The version that wastes potential. Defeat that version, and there's nothing in this world you can't become. There comes a moment in every man's life where he realizes something powerful. The old version of me can't take me to the life I want. And that moment changes everything. Most people run from that feeling. They treat pressure like a warning sign. They shut down. They retreat. They choose comfort over transformation. But the 1%, they don't run. They recognize the signal. Life is telling them, if you evolve, the world will move aside. And this is the shift that separates the average from the unstoppable. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's keeping track of your progress. Nobody cares if you rise or fall. But you still get up. You still show up. You still keep moving. Because at this level, it's not motivation that drives you. It's character. It's identity. It's the version of you that refuses to die. And this is the moment you stop being normal and become dangerous. Not because you're violent, but because you're disciplined, focused, unshakable. When a man enters that mindset, there is no force on earth that can stop him. This is where evolution begins. This is where the old you ends. This is where the new threat is born. Every man hits a breaking point. But here's the truth nobody wants to hear. Some men break. Some men get built. It's the same pressure, the same pain, the same situation, but two completely different outcomes. Most people collapse under reality. They fold the moment life stops being gentle. They quit as soon as comfort disappears. But the dangerous ones, the 1%, they do something different. They let the pressure forge them. They understand something primal. Pain is not punishment. Pain is instruction. Pain is transformation in disguise. When the world pushes them to the edge, they don't beg for relief. They look at the edge and say, if this is where I have to break, then this is where I rebuild. And something crazy happens. The moment a man stops fearing pain, the moment he stops avoiding discomfort, the moment he accepts that nobody is coming, he becomes untouchable. Not because he's fearless, but because he's done being fragile. This is the point where a man stops asking, why me? And starts saying, try me. When you reach this mindset, nothing about your past can threaten you, and nothing about the future can scare you, because you finally understand. The world can break your body, but only you decide if it breaks your spirit. And that decision, that's what separates the average from the monsters the world never sees coming. There's a phase every dangerous man enters, and most people never notice it. It's not loud. It's not dramatic. It's not posted on social media. It's silent. This is the phase where a man disappears from the world, not because he's lost, but because he's upgrading. While everyone else is chasing attention, validation, likes, claps, approval, he's doing something different. He's choosing the shadows. He's choosing the gym when no one is watching. He's choosing discipline when nobody is checking. He's choosing growth when nobody is celebrating him. This is the ascent nobody sees. And that's exactly why it's powerful. Because here's the truth. Every strong man you admire was built in a season nobody applauded. In these quiet months, something terrifying starts happening. Your focus sharpens. Your emotions harden. Your habits become weapons. Your mind stops negotiating. You stop chasing motivation and start obeying your standards. You stop looking at what people think and start looking at what you must become. And slowly, without any noise, without any spotlight, you rise, higher than they expected, faster than they believed, stronger than they can understand. This is the part of the journey where people think you're isolating, but really, you're incubating. You're becoming something the world only sees after it's too late to stop you. The silent ascent is dangerous because by the time anyone realizes who you've become, you're already above them. So if you're still here, if your heart is beating a little faster, if even one line in this hit you somewhere deep, then remember this: your old life is already dead. The only question left is, what are you building from the ashes? Stop watching men rise. Become one. Stop waiting for signs. You are the sign. Stop thinking you have time. You don't. If you're ready to step into that 1%, if you're done being the version of you that the world walks over, then don't just leave this video. Follow, commit, transform. Not for me, not for them. For the man you were supposed to become. Because from this moment forward, you're not just surviving life, you're hunting it. So, never get discouraged. Never step back. Whatever you have, your talent, your time, your patience, your kindness, your pain, give it all. Every last piece of it. Life is never a straight line. You're going to fall. You're going to forget. You're going to start over from zero. But when you fall, remember one thing. Fall forward. Because only when you fall forward, you learn. Only when you fall forward, you find direction. Only when you fall forward, you earn the win. What you never try, you will never have. So whatever you want, run toward it. Fall, get back up, and fall forward again. Because in the end, only one thing matters. Did you fall forward or not?